Have you ever looked back and wished you had done things differently? As we age, the choices we make can either help us build a fulfilling, meaningful life or slowly chip away at our happiness and well-being. The truth is, some mistakes may seem small at first, but over time they can have serious consequences, leading to loneliness, financial struggles, and even health issues that could have been avoided. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 of the biggest mistakes people make in old age that can quietly destroy their lives. Some of these might surprise you, because they often happen so gradually that people don't even realize the damage they're causing until it's too late. But once you recognize these patterns, you'll have the power to make better decisions, avoid unnecessary regrets, and take control of your future. Stay tuned until the end, because this isn't just about avoiding mistakes, it's about ensuring that your later years are filled with joy, purpose, and good health. We'll break down exactly what these 5 mistakes are, why they happen, and how you can steer clear of them to build a better life. So if you want to make sure you're not unintentionally holding yourself back, you won't want to miss this. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Neglecting physical health. One of the most common and damaging mistakes people make in old age is neglecting their physical health. It often starts subtly, skipping a morning walk here, choosing convenience foods over nutritious meals there, but over time these small habits add up. As mobility decreases and energy levels drop, many people assume it's just a natural part of aging. But in reality, much of the decline that happens later in life isn't just due to aging, it's due to inactivity, poor nutrition, and ignoring early warning signs of health problems. If you've ever felt stiff after sitting for too long or noticed that your balance isn't what it used to be, that's your body telling you something. Movement is essential, no matter how old you are. The less you move, the harder it becomes to stay active, and before you know it, simple tasks like standing up from a chair, walking upstairs, or even reaching for something on a high shelf become difficult. Weak muscles lead to poor balance, which increases the risk of falls, one of the biggest dangers for seniors. A single fall can result in injuries that take months to heal, or, in some cases, completely change your quality of life. Take Henry, for example. At 74, he considered himself fairly healthy, but he slowly started skipping his daily walks. A few months later, he noticed that standing for long periods felt more tiring, and his knees started aching. By the time he decided to get back into exercise, he had lost a significant amount of strength, and even short walks left him winded. It took him months to rebuild what he had lost, and he often wished he had never let himself slow down in the first place. Another common issue is ignoring diet. Many seniors assume that because they're not eating as much as they used to, they don't need to focus on nutrition. But as the body ages, it actually requires more of certain nutrients like protein to maintain muscle mass, calcium to support bone health, and fiber to aid digestion. Eating highly processed foods, skipping meals, or relying on quick snacks can lead to deficiencies that make you feel sluggish, weaken your immune system, and contribute to chronic conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure. Ignoring regular checkups is another mistake that can have serious consequences. Many people avoid doctor visits unless something feels seriously wrong, but routine screenings can catch problems early when they're much easier to treat. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, and even early signs of osteoporosis often don't have obvious symptoms, so by the time you notice something is wrong, the damage may already be done. Staying on top of your health means being proactive, not just waiting until a problem becomes impossible to ignore. The good news is that it's never too late to make changes. Even small improvements like adding 15 minutes of walking to your day or swapping out processed foods for fresh, whole ingredients can make a significant difference. Strength training, even just using light weights or resistance bands, can help maintain muscle and prevent frailty. Making regular health checkups a priority can catch problems before they become serious. Taking care of your body isn't about avoiding aging. It's about ensuring that you can keep doing the things you love for as long as possible. Number 2. Isolating from friends and family. There's nothing like the sound of a kitchen buzzing with laughter, is there? The clink of forks, the hum of stories swapped over pie, it's the heartbeat of belonging. Yet, as the years roll on, some of us find those sounds fading. Withdrawing from friends and family is a quiet ache too many feel, starting with a missed lunch here, a skipped call there, until the silence settles in. It's not that we mean to pull away. Life shifts, and we tell ourselves they're too busy or we're too tired. But oh, how that distance stings. Dorothy, 76, used to light up her church potlucks with her famous peach cobbler and a smile that drew folks in. After losing her husband, though, she started fading from the crowd. They've got their own lives, she'd say, curling up with the TV instead. Days stretched into weeks, then months, and her world shrank to four walls and a flickering screen. She felt it. Energy sapped, joy dimmed, even her memory fuzzier. Studies say it's real. Loneliness hits like a heavy fog, as bad for us as chain smoking, raising risks of heart trouble and cloudy minds. We're built for each other, not for solitude. Maybe you felt it too, that pang when the phone stays quiet or the holidays feel emptier. Some of us lean hard on family, hoping kids or grandkids fill the gap, but they've got their own dances to learn. Others shy from tech. Those video calls or texts feel like a foreign language. Yet when Dorothy took a chance, dialing an old friend, joining a book club, inviting her grandkids over, her heart lifted. She laughed again, swapped tales, felt part of something. What if one call could bring back a voice you've missed for years? The fix is close at hand. A chat over coffee, a wave across the fence, a local group to join. Tech's not the enemy, it's a bridge to faces you love. Reach out, and you're not just saving yourself, you're weaving a web of resilience and comfort. We're a community, stronger together, and the elderly show us that connection is our lifeline. Let's hold it tight. If you're still watching this video and find these insights helpful, please leave a comment with number 2 to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to subscribe and click the bell to stay updated on our future videos. Your support allows us to continue sharing thoughtful content that informs and inspires. Thank you for being with us on this journey. Number 3, refusing to adapt to change. Remember the thrill of your first rotary phone, its cheerful jingle, or the pride of balancing a checkbook by hand, numbers neatly aligned? Those days glow with nostalgia, a cozy blanket of simpler times. But the world keeps spinning, doesn't it? A whirlwind of new rhythms? Refusing to adapt to new tools, habits, or family shifts is a hurdle too many of us trip over as we age. A quiet resistance born of habit. It's not hard to see why, after years of mastering life one way, a smartphone or a new routine feels like a stranger at the door, knocking with unfamiliar promise. But clinging to the past doesn't stop time. It just leaves us watching from the sidelines, missing the dance of today. You've navigated change before. This is just another chance to step forward with the grace you've always carried. Albert, 78, was a champion of his flip phone, a relic he wielded like a badge of honor, a tie to days of handwritten letters. "This does the job," he'd chuckle, brushing off his grandkids' pleas to text, their eager voices tugging at his heart. But soon he couldn't join their lively chats, his bank nudged him online, and errands grew thorny, tangling his once easy pace. One day he sat with his daughter, fumbling through a smartphone lesson, his brow furrowed then softening, and light broke through. He texted hello and grinned like a kid on a summer day. Video calls followed, groceries arrived at his door, and he marveled, "I was missing out on so much." His laugh, a melody of rediscovery. His triumph wasn't just tech, it was stepping into today with courage, a leap that lit up his eyes and theirs. It's more than gadgets, though. Change ripples through every thread of life, asking us to sway with its gentle current now. Maybe you've stuck to a diet heavy with nostalgia but light on health, fried chicken a memory that sits heavier these days, or brushed off advice that feels too newfangled, preferring the old ways over a doctor's fresh words. Relationships shift too. Grandkids have wild ideas, kids live differently, their lives a canvas of colors we don't always know, and resisting that can build walls tall and lonely. Bend a little and you find bridges instead, paths to shared smiles and tales that span the years. Try a new recipe with a lighter touch. Tweak an old habit like a walk at dusk. Listen to a young voice with wonder. It's your story meeting theirs. The elderly teach us adaptability is strength, not surrender, a quiet resilience rooted in the wisdom of all you've overcome before. Try a new recipe, tweak an old habit, listen to a young voice with wonder, and feel your days bloom with new light. How might one small yes to change brighten your days ahead like a breeze lifting the curtains of a familiar room? This isn't about losing who you are, it's about growing into who you can be. Adding verses to a song rich with experience. The human spirit shines when it stretches, reaching beyond the known with the same spark that built your life. You've got that glow, a fire that's warmed us all. Let it shine, a gift to yourself and the world around you. Number 4, mismanaging finances. Money's a funny thing in our later years, isn't it? After decades of earning and saving, it's tempting to think it'll carry us through without a fuss. But mismanaging finances is a shadow that creeps up, turning golden years into worried ones. We spend big at first, trips to see the grandkids, dinners with old pals, assuming the nest egg's deep enough. Then a doctor's bill lands, or the roof springs a leak, and suddenly we're counting pennies we didn't expect to need. Richard, 72, was the king of retirement's early days. He'd jet off to the coast, shower his grandkids with toys, and treat friends to steak dinners, his laughter ringing with pride. "I worked hard for this," he'd say, and who could argue? But by his late 70s, the numbers didn't add up. Medical costs climbed, care loomed, and his savings dwindled. He turned to his kids for help, a weight he never wanted them to bear. "I should have been wiser," he said, voice soft with a lesson hard learned. His story's a mirror for us all. Money's not endless, but it can last, with care. Some of us stop planning once the paychecks fade, but that's when vigilance counts most. Healthcare, surprises, scams, those phone crooks prey on our trust, don't they? A budget's your shield, a cushion your safety net, a sharp no your armor. You've built a life of grit and grace. Let's protect it. Life lessons from the elderly whisper that security isn't wealth, it's wisdom. Trim a luxury, save a little, lean on a trusted friend to spot the trap. What's one way you could shore up your peace of mind today? If you're still watching this video and find these insights helpful, please leave a comment with number 2 to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to subscribe and click the bell to stay updated on our future videos. Your support allows us to continue sharing thoughtful content that informs and inspires. Thank you for being with us on this journey. Number 5, ignoring mental growth and purpose. Retirement's a milestone, isn't it? After years of alarm clocks, raising kids, and juggling it all, you cross that line and breathe, a moment of quiet triumph. But for too many, that breath turns into a sigh. Purpose slips away and days blur into a haze like a book left half-read on the shelf. Ignoring mental growth and meaning is a loss we don't see coming, a belief that our best chapters are written, sealed in the past's tender glow. Yet here's the truth you've proven time and again. Your mind and heart don't clock out unless you let them. They're restless, ready, eager for new songs to sing. You've built a life of love and lessons. Don't let the stillness fool you into thinking the story's over. It's just waiting for your next line. Linda, 70, was a force. Curious, bustling, the one who'd organize the block party with a twinkle in her eye, her voice ringing with welcome. After retiring, though, she drifted, her days a loop of TV and quiet, the stillness muffling her once lively spirit. "My time's done?" she'd think, her spark dimming, her memory fuzzier, as if the days erased her edges. Then a friend dragged her to an art class. Paint smudged her fingers, laughter filled the room, and she woke up, a forgotten joy blooming in her chest. "I feel like me again," she beamed, her canvas a testament to a mind still alive, vibrant with colors she'd thought faded. Science nods along. Keep learning. A book, a puzzle, a new chord, and your brain fights the fade. a quiet rebellion against time. Purpose isn't past, it's present, alive, in every brushstroke. Maybe you felt that drift too. Days without a pole, a reason to rise. The morning stretching empty like a blank page, yearning for ink. But you've got so much left to give. Teach a kid to fish, plant a garden, write the stories only you can tell, tales spun from years of courage and care. Perhaps it's the echo of a house once full, or the rhythm of work now gone, leaving a hush you didn't expect. Age doesn't cap your spirit, giving up does. It's not the clock, but the choice that dims the light. I've seen 80-year-olds master a language, their minds sharp as ever. 90-year-olds mentor with pride, their hearts full of fire. Existence calls you to keep reaching. Why let the years silence that call when you've still got songs to share? Final thoughts. As we've wandered through these 5 paths together, health, connection, change, money, and purpose, pause for a moment, dear friend. Think about which of these might be whispering to you or to someone you hold close. Aging isn't just the years piling up like leaves in the yard. It's the quiet choices we make, day by day, that paint our later seasons with either sunshine or shadows. Life's taught us this much. It's not the big leaps that shape us most, but the small steps we take with care, or sometimes miss along the way. Here's the beauty of it though. You don't need to overhaul everything to find your footing. The wisdom of our years tells us that little shifts made with heart can ripple into something grand. If your body's been asking for more attention, why not give it a gentle gift? A short stroll to feel the breeze, a plate of good, honest food, a visit to the doctor to keep things humming. These are acts of love for the vessel that's carried you so far. Maybe you've felt a bit adrift from old pals or family. I know that ache too. Reach out with a call, share a laugh, even try that little gadget everyone's buzzing about. It's not about being fancy. It's about keeping the voices you love close. If the world's changes have you digging in your heels, take a breath and remember, bending a little doesn't mean breaking. You've adapted to tougher things than a new button or a grandkid's wild ideas. Give yourself the chance to stay in the dance. Money worries tugging at you? You've weathered storms before. Trim a bit here, plan a bit there, and lean on the savvy you've earned to keep your nest safe. And if purpose feels like a faded photograph, don't let it stay tucked away. Dust off a book, plant a seed, share a story with someone young, your light still burning bright, ready to warm the world. The choices we cradle today are the seeds of tomorrow's garden. We've learned this through the years. It's never too late to tend them, to choose joy over regret, to weave a life that feels like coming home. I think of my old friend Clara, who at 85 told me, happiness isn't loud, it's in the quiet moments you make for yourself and others. That's a philosophy worth holding. You've built a lifetime of strength and grace. Now's the time to let it bloom into your best chapters yet. Thank you for sitting with me today, for sharing this space where our stories meet. I'd love to hear your voice. Drop a note below with one nugget you've picked up today and how you might use it. Maybe it's a lesson you'll pass to a grandchild or a spark you'll kindle for yourself. Your thoughts mean the world to us. They're the heartbeat of this little community, lifting us all higher. Reading them fills me with gratitude and keeps this fire going. If this chat's warmed your spirit or lit a new idea, give it a nod with a like. Join our circle with a subscribe and pass it to a friend who might need it too. Your support keeps these conversations alive, a way to share the life lessons we've gathered and the hope we still hold. Thanks for being here. I can't wait to visit with you again soon.